Alright, you guys, I am back. It has been a little bit since I have posted a video. We have had just a crazy season. It's just been a little bit of a wild ride this last month and a half. So I will have a video coming up on just some of the craziness and why I've been gone. But I am back, and today is a collaboration hosted by Devine over at Calm in the Chaos Homeschool and myself. And we are all, it's just a fun collaboration. We're going to be going over You Know You're a Homeschooler When, and just kind of listing everything that goes into, you know, what makes you a homeschooler. So, my first one is, you know you're a homeschooler when you have more pencils in your purse than anything else. I buy my kids, I think, like a 250 pack of pencils at the beginning of each year, and I swear they all end up in my purse. I am never short of a writing material when I am grocery shopping, and I am so grateful for that. But I'm also, you know, whenever I clean out my purse, I'm like, oh, it's a lot lighter. And where did all the pencils go? My next one is, you know you're a homeschooler when you cannot make it anywhere before 9 a.m. You know, when VBS starts during the summertime and we need to be leaving the house around like 7:30 or 8 to make it to the program on time, we're usually late. I think at this point I would be a horrible public schooler. I would never be able to make it anywhere before 9 o'clock. It's just not going to happen. All right, my next one is, you know you're a homeschooler when, especially a large homeschooling family, when you're the one at the co-op with the passenger van. Sometime in April, we had upgraded our minivan because it was on its last legs. And we are kind of going back and forth, like, do we want to have another baby? Are we content with the family size that we have right now? And so we decided that it would probably be a little wiser to just go ahead and upgrade, because we can downgrade later. And passenger vans resell pretty well from what we've seen. And so we went ahead and upgraded. And now we're the family at co-op with the passenger van. And now we can take friends on field trips. You know, we're like a mini bus. So it's fun. Number 4, you know you're a homeschooler when you have a favorite printer. Prior to us homeschooling, I never met a mom who had a favorite printer. And then I started homeschooling, and now it's like every mom has their like specific go-to. I absolutely love the Epson Eco Tank. That thing is a beast. I print so much during the year, and it has served me well. And I'm not saying it to sell anything. I'm not even going to link it down below. I'm just saying it because it's my favorite printer, and you guys usually I get messages or comments asking what printer I have when I start talking about how much I print. Well, I think it was like a couple years ago where I printed 18 different curriculums just for reviews, and then stuff that we were going to be using, and then some of it was unit studies, and I didn't even tap into half of my ink supply. That thing prints like a champ. If you have a Costco or a Sam's Club membership, that is the best price that I have seen them, because they usually end up going on sale for about $200. So if you have one of those memberships, and you're looking for a new printer, just keep an eye out. All right, number 5, you know you're a homeschooler when you have all of your curriculum set for the year, but you still catch yourself on YouTube watching reviews of curriculums that you do not have, or curriculums that you're looking at for the future years. I spend so much time looking at all of these curriculums, and sometimes it's not always a good thing, because then you're like, oh, that looks a little pretty, I kind of want to use that. So if you do that, or you catch yourself doing that because I've now mentioned it, make sure that you are just keeping in mind, like, if it's working, then don't change it. Okay, because that got me into a little bit of trouble in the beginning of our homeschool journey. Is I started seeing all of these reviews of the good and the beautiful, and everybody talking them up and saying, oh my gosh, they're so amazing. And Masterbooks was working for us. And then I decided, you know what, the good and the beautiful does look amazing. And I'm not saying that they're not amazing. I'm just saying that if your curriculum is working for you, don't change it just because you see a review. Number 6. You know you're a homeschooler when you own so many books that your house starts to look like a small library. I can only imagine that when we get to the very end, like we are graduating our final child, I can only imagine how many books I will own at that point and how many bookcases that I will have to hold all of them. It is already insane. We are kind of bursting at the seams as it is in this house, which kind of shows the different background than what I normally have. And it'll be interesting. I should really keep just like a spreadsheet of how much we have spent on books thus far and kind of add it all up at the end. That would probably hurt my husband's heart, but it'll be fine because our children will be well read. All right, I think I'm on number 7. So you know you're a homeschooler when you say we're behind multiple times a month, and you're really not. I mean, you can't really be behind if you're meeting them exactly where they are. I don't know about you guys, but I constantly feel like I am behind. Especially this year, we started the year off a couple weeks later than what we normally do and what I was shooting for, because we started the year and then we got COVID and we took a couple weeks off just because it hit us so much harder this time. And so ever since then, I just constantly feel like, oh, we're behind. We're gonna end the year later. We're gonna be homeschooling into August. Like, you guys need to be doing math. But that's just where I need that gentle reminder of, okay, we're not really behind. Like, behind who? We're not really behind. We're just taking the scenic route in our homeschool year. All right, number 8. You know you're a homeschooler when you window shop for curriculum and homeschool supplies far too often, where you just like add it up to your cart just to see if by some miracle of God's grace you could afford everything that's on your wish list. I don't know about you guys, but my Amazon cart tends to fill up quickly, as well as like my Beautiful Feet books cart. And, you know, it's just nice to daydream sometimes, like, hey, you know what? What if they just happened to say that today was like a 50% off sale? Number 9, you know you're a homeschooler when your snack budget is one of your most expensive budgets because your kids just eat and eat and eat throughout the day. They're like little toddlers that just graze no matter how old they get. I always joke that that is the most expensive part of homeschooling, that you would think it'd be the curriculum, you'd even think it would be the books, but no, it's the snacks, because they just like, they live on it. That's their fuel, their learning fuel. All right, the last one, or almost the last one, because I just thought of another one. So number 10, you look at everything as school, even a trip to the grocery store. You get your kids into, you know, weighing the produce and calculating certain costs and, you know, dividing like, okay, there's this much of, you know, this product and how many can be split between this many people. Everything is a field trip. Everything is a learning opportunity. Actually, I just thought of another 2. Okay, so I'm gonna extend this video a little bit. So you know you're a homeschooler when you rejoice at the beginning of the school year, when all of the public schoolers go back and the parks and the museums and the zoo is a lot less people-y and you can go and you can have a good time without feeling the burden of all of the crowds and just having to constantly scan for all of the kids, you know, assuming that you have multiple, and you can just relax a little bit more and just breathe a little easier because there's not so many crowds. All right, and the last one that I just thought of, it's kind of hilarious, but it's not, I already know it's not going to be for everybody, just because it's going to cause some people to feel feelings. But you know you're a homeschooler when you know, you get to your breaking point at some point and you say, I'm going to send you to public school. So I know that there have been times where I have heard maybe, you know, 5 fights and it's not even 8 a.m. and I'm trying to break it up, or it feels like it's pulling teeth just to get them to start their work or to, you know, work through one subject, and it just ends up becoming a lot, and then you feel the burdens of you know, I want them to be well educated, and sometimes that burden feels so heavy that you're like, okay, look, you can either show up or you're gonna go show up. So that is all of my you know you're a homeschooler when. Let me know down below what your you know you're a homeschooler when moments are. Don't forget to check out the playlist. If you like this video, don't forget to give me a big thumbs up, hit that red subscribe button, and I will see you again later. Bye.